TARDIS to travel back in time. I really don't have an answer for that about how Locke did actually, or future Locke actually traveled back in time. I mean, it's one of those mysteries that I don't know if we'll ever get an answer to. Like you said, the future Locke disappeared without a trace. I mean, how the hell do you explain that? But I won't get too much into detail about what I think about time travel. But right now, our next matchup. Jack Sparrow is going to be facing off against a man who we actually haven't seen wrestle since All or Nothing. Using the All or Nothing Royal Rumble match. Technically, he's supposed to debut back. He made his debut at All or Nothing, but he was supposed to make his singles debut. I think it was right after All or Nothing, but he never showed up or left any hint. That's a man known as Goku. Goku did really well in the All or Nothing Royal Rumble match. Unfortunately, was eliminated. I forget who he was eliminated by. Yeah, Goku just disappears without a trace. If anybody does bring this up, I'm not trying to make him look like the live action Goku. I'm not trying to make him look like the live action one. I can promise you that. Live action Goku just plain sucks. Right now, Goku off to a good start. Jack Sparrow now back onto attack. Goku shoves him aside and goes for a DDT. And Goku back up onto the turnbuckle and going for an elbow drop. But Sparrow dodges out of the way, and Goku just standing there while Jack Sparrow's on the top rope and he's going for a cover. Oh, but he only gets a 2 count. Goku blocks a shot. With the Irish whip. Oh, but Jack Sparrow with a roll-up. Oh, but he's only able to get the 2 count there. And Goku with several karate chops. All in very succession, and here it is. I heard about this. This is the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb by Goku. Goku drags Sparrow to the middle of the ring. Goes for cover 1, 2, and this one's over. This one did not take long for Goku to win. Jack Sparrow just suffered a humiliating loss.
Here's your winner.
Now hopefully this is the last time we see Goku for a while. We don't want another repeat of All or Nothing where he shows up, makes his debut, and then leaves for some odd reason. Once again with the Ronita. That's... Obviously, Link is the one who's still spreading around those rumors that Ron is a girl. And right now, that's Thor. What the hell is Thor doing here in RCWE? Materialistic ways. Oh god, he's insulting us! By the sounds of it, Thor has a plan to get rid of, to change our materialistic society. He says that we worship title belts, which honestly, I don't think we do, but sure people might feel pride about winning a title belt. Doesn't make it really materialistic. It's really hard to actually debate that. Come up with points about each side. But still, Thor didn't have to insult us. Moving on, we're at the #1 contenders match for the world title. Whoever wins this match will go on to rise to greatness to face the world champion. And it's either going to be Homer Simpson or Nico Bellic. The winner of these two men. These two participants in the triple threat match for the world title back at Fight for Glory 3. Siler was the champion then. The Angry Video Game Nerd had just won the King of the Hill Battle Royal, which actually guaranteed him a guaranteed title shot for up to a year. This match has just started. The Angry Video Game Nerd is goading on Siler. Siler trying for a European uppercut, but the Nerd blocks it and goes for his own. Nerd with a neck breaker, taking down Siler. Siler back up. Picks him up. A mighty power slam right to the mat, and he's going for the cover. Oh, the ref took a long time to actually make the count. Maybe the Nerd's shoulders were still up. I have no idea, or else the ref was distracted. Wouldn't surprise me though by how dumb the referee is. And Siler going. I believe that's a brain buster. That's not. I don't believe it's technically called a suplex. But Siler up on the top rope, waiting for an elbow drop that screwed up, and the Nerd going for a lion salt and going for the cover. 1, 2, no. Siler kicks out only after 1. Siler in behind, picking him up, slamming him down against the mat. Seiler really wants to get back his world title. It was pretty much stolen from him by Niku. In all honesty, if you think about it, pretty much the Nerd cost him the world title because he was the one who tapped out, and Seiler never actually tapped out, never actually was a part of the fall anyways. Seiler throwing Nerd into the corner. Wait a sec. No! Shoulders! His shoulder right hits the... What's that? Steel bar. And the Nerd's struggling out of it, and... Oh my god, that's gotta hurt! Kick right to the groin, and Seiler is just right back up, and he's pissed off about that. Trying to break the angry video game nerd's back. Seiler with several punches right to the face. Seiler picks up the Nerd, gets in behind, and going for the skull rip. The skull rip onto the Nerd, taking all his finishing moves learning all of his finishing moves. And he's going for the cover. 1, 2, no! The Nerd kicks out. This will not be good news for the Nerd, as now Seiler knows all of his finishing moves. In all honesty, it'd probably be easier to just... say it's going to be easier to actually learn it the old-fashioned way, but probably wouldn't be. In this way, all you'd have to do is just hurt your opponent and you'd actually automatically learn it. Whatever. And here, the Nerd going for an STF. Trying to make Seiler tap out. And Seiler just powers out of it. Nerd has actually been doing really well in this matchup. I think the Nerd has actually learned some things or two since actually headlining Fight for Glory 3. Nerd with a cross chop right to the chest. And another cross chop. Now picking up Seiler once again. Oh, but Seiler struggling out of it, and a kick right to the gut, and then a neck breaker. And a boot. No, a knee right to the face. I was going to say a boot, but that was a knee, and he's going for a cover. And no, he's only able to get the 2 count. Couldn't get the 3. And Seiler picking up the Nerd. And not a celebratory way. It's more in a way to actually hurt him. That electric chair drop, and now Nerd setting up for a side slam off of the second turnbuckle. Nerd wisely wearing down Seiler. Seiler is just a monster inside this ring, and wait a sec, the Nerd trying for it. Oh, but Seiler just reverses it. He reversed the F-bomb, and now he's going for the choke slam. And he's going for the cover. 1, 2, and this one. No! No! The Nerd kicks out of it, and Seiler once again with the skull rip. Oh, and now the F-bomb. And now the F-bomb onto the Nerd. This is just to add humiliation to this matchup. And yes, the Nerd is bleeding after that, but it won't matter after this. This one is over. No, it's not!
Watch it!
Wow, Siler doing some dirty tactics. We haven't seen that in Siler in a long time. Obviously, Siler is freaking frustrated after all that. Nerd is back up, but he's hurt. I don't know how much more the Nerd can survive in this matchup. Nerd has to get at least one good shot into Siler to actually have a chance. I don't think he'll do, because here's a backbreaker. He did that earlier. Siler. Wait a sec, the Nerd actually able to shove Siler back and going for that neck breaker. A stomp right to Siler's face. Trying for a submission hold, but he's too close to the ropes. Nerd picking up Siler, and with a not a power slam, just a regular body slam. And now Nerd working away on the face of Siler. And going for it, the Game Breaker. That's the Game Breaker, but can he get the cover? Will the Nerd go on to face whoever wins here? No, unfortunately he was unable to get this 2 count save. Well, y'all know what I was going to try to say, but I got messed up on that. Mixed up on what I was going to say. And Nerd going for an elbow drop. Going for the cover. 1, 2, and no, Siler once again kicks out. The Nerd just cannot become the #1 contender. Wait a sec, the Nerd trying for it. But Siler once again with reversing the F-bomb. And this is a power slam right here. How much more can the Nerd take? And Siler getting up onto the second turnbuckle and just pounding his fist right into the Nerd's face. Oh, but the Nerd blocks him and shoves him aside. Nerd gets shoved aside again. And here it is. Okay, this has got to be all. Here's the Heroes Massacre. And 1, 2, 3, no! Siler just cannot become the #1 contender. Neither can the Nerd either, but I mean, how many chances has Siler had? I mean, he's taken out the Nerd how many times, and I think the Nerd is raged up. I think he's full of adrenaline. Nerd throws Siler into the corner and goes for that knee. Throws him into the corner again, picks him up. I think he's going to go for a back suplex right off of the top rope. I think the Nerd is signaling for the end. And yes, and I think he's finally got it this time. He's got a firm hold. And he connects with it. Nerd going for the cover. 1, 2, and no! Seiler kicks out. My... Who's gonna fall first? Who's gonna win this match? And they're going for a cover again. 1. And only after 1 count, Seiler is able to lift up his shoulder. And once again with that lion salt. Oh, and Seiler back up. This is not good news for the Nerd. As Seiler picks him up by both hands and just choke slams him down to the ground. Another powerful chop right to the chest, and Nerd must be feeling that one. Seiler has the Nerd up for a double underhook power bomb from off of the top rope. Seiler going for the cover. 1, 2, and no! Once again, the Nerd kicks out. And just to add humiliation, once again, there's the F-bomb. Seiler goes for the cover. The Nerd just cannot kick out of this one, and he does! My God! I don't think Seiler knows what to do. I don't think he knows how to get out of this. The Nerd with a drop kick right to the face. And wait a sec. That's Niku's finisher. I think he's gonna try to finish Seiler off with it. And Seiler taps out! Seiler tapped out! And the Nerd has become the #1 contender! The Nerd sending a statement. Is now the #1 contender. Obviously sending a statement that he's not going to go down as easily as he has in the past. But who will become the world champion? Is it going to be Homer or Niku? We'll find out next. And once again, it's now time for the World Heavyweight title match. We started off with it, and now we're ending off with it. Never thought I would actually hear myself say that. Red is allowing for this rematch here tonight. And really, how well can Niku actually beat Homer Simpson, to be honest? Homer just dominated him in the beginning of this show. I mean, there's no way that Niku can actually win this match. There's just no way. I'm not saying that he can't do it. I mean, we all saw what happened earlier. Comes Homer, or the newly crowned RCW champion. Wait a second. Oh no! That's Stan Smith! Oh God, there's Peter Griffin, there's the animation domination. Newly crowned tag team champions. Oh come on, quit playing the music! Homer's being attacked! Being attacked! Obviously this rivalry isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And the animation domination have left. Homer is getting up and he looks to be hurt. And Niku is just waiting for Homer to get back into the ring. And now the match has begun. And wait a sec. Homer goading on Niku to attack him and to get this thing started, and Niku does. Oh my God. Please, no. No, this is the Liberty City struggle.
Talk to me. Do you want to quit?
And Niku just putting all his effort into it, trying to make Homer tap out. And how can Homer get out of this? There is just no... Oh, wait a sec, Homer does! Homer obviously still has a bit of fight left in him. But will it be enough to actually defeat Niku? I didn't think Niku would actually have a chance here, but because of the animation domination, that attack has certainly leveled the playing field. Niku, wait a sec. Homer getting back up, but Niku just keeps taking him back down. Wait a sec, Homer sweeps him off his feet, and he's got some energy. He's still got fight in him. Homer throws Niku into the ropes and knocks him down with those chops. Homer getting up onto the top rope, signaling to the crowd, and Niku knocks him down flat. And Homer knocks him away. Gets him with a cross chop. And another one. Oh, and Niku fights back with his own cross chop of his own and slams him down with that, I believe it is a Russian leg sweep. And there's the Liberty City struggle once again. Homer is fighting it with all his effort. And Homer has him in an armbar. Oh, Niku with a punch right to the head, and Homer just took it and just clotheslined him down. This is obviously a different fight from last time. Niku is in control and throughout most of this matchup. Whereas in the other matchup, it was pretty much Homer that was dominating. It's a good thing that Niku didn't steal this one here. Homer's still got some fight in him left in him. Remember, Niku is a brawler. He uses his fists. He uses anything to his advantage. Homer knocks Niku right back down. Working on the leg of Niku. Oh, but Niku getting his own punches and kicks that now setting up Homer into the corner and punching the heck out of, just punching his head. There's a Homer going for a pump handle slam. The pump handle slam. Homer throws Niku into the corner. Gets him with a clothesline. Niku just keeps getting back up. Oh my God. Homer is just, his head is just taking a beating. And now Homer's bleeding. I don't know how much more knee Homer can actually take. His head must be just reeling from that. I mean, all these shots right to the head just aren't good for a person. And yes, I know Homer has a condition, or has padding in his brain. Yes, I know that. It's called Homer Simpson syndrome, or whatever Dr. Hibbert called it at the time. I mean, you could take a 2x4 to the head, but still, it doesn't mean that he still won't feel it in the end. Homer has Niku in a Boston Crab, but Niku just powers out of it. I mean, you remember what happened to Homer when he was facing off against Frederick Tatum. I mean, he couldn't take the punches, and I mean, in this case, how much more of those punches can Homer take, or will he get him right here with the Simpson Stunner? And he does! He got him in the Simpson Stunner! And now, the Springfield Splash! 1, 2, and no! Niku kicked out of it. But Homer just knocks him down flat on his ass. Something just doesn't feel right. I think Homer is kind of out of it. He doesn't seem to be fighting the same. And what the hell? Niku gave Homer the Simpson Stunner. And here's the Liberty City struggle. Homer's still trying to fight, even after all that. And Homer taps out, and once again we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Niku reclaims it. But still, if it wasn't for the animation domination, I'm pretty sure Homer could have won, or he would have won in this matchup. This is Zyron13 saying, thank you for watching the 400th video spectacular. This is Zyron13 signing out. I can't believe Niku won that way.